What's going on? My name is Jason Parks, the Media Captain. Today we're going to talk about the different bid strategies within Google Shopping and the pros and cons to each. There's Target ROAS, there's maximize clicks, there's manual cost per click. Which one should you be using for your Google Shopping campaign? After this video, you should have a better understanding. What I'm also going to do is I'm going to show visual examples of our in-house e-commerce brand and how we deploy different bid strategies based off of different goals and objectives. When it comes to maximize clicks, it's what the name sounds like. Google is trying to get you the most clicks and they're trying to eat up your budget. This is great when you're starting a Google Shopping campaign. If you just need preliminary data, maximize clicks is fantastic because you're going to get a ton of clicks coming to your campaign, and hopefully there will be some conversions that come through and you can further optimize. The issue though when it comes to maximize clicks is that you sacrifice quality. If you dig into the search terms, which I'll show you here in a second, a lot of times you'll start to see that these are not terms that I want coming in for my shopping campaign because I know they're not going to convert. Google does not care about the quality when it comes to maximize clicks, so you have to take that into consideration. They're just trying to get you to eat up your budget and get you the most clicks possible. So great for starting off a campaign and getting preliminary data, but you could be sacrificing a lot of quality when it comes to maximize clicks. DermWarehouse is our in-house e-commerce brand. We sell over hundreds of brands, and the way that we convert on Google Shopping is when people are searching for the brand specifically with very high intent. So they are searching for Clarity RX Sleep It Off Mask or Skin Medica TNS Essential Serum. When we run campaigns with Target ROAS, we get really quality search terms. When we ran it with maximize clicks, it's kind of half and half, and I want to show that to you. And of course, you should always be evaluating search terms within Google Shopping because that is the official source of truth of the quality of your traffic. So here you'll see within the maximize clicks campaigns, best products for large pores on nose, best sunscreen, best sunscreen for acne-prone skin, best sunscreen for face. That's just too early in the funnel for DermWarehouse for it to convert, but that's kind of what you get with maximize clicks. You get some good, some bad. Hopefully you can take the key data points and make adjustments within your campaign for further improvement. All right, so let me just go over the pros and cons one more time of maximize clicks within Google Shopping. If you don't have any conversions, maximize clicks can be a good way to drive initial traffic. You'll often hit your budget with maximize clicks. You'll have data at your disposal for many products to determine if the traffic is converting into sales. When it comes to the cons of maximize clicks with Google Shopping, the quality of the traffic can be subpar. Google doesn't care whether or not the traffic is converting. Your campaigns may not be profitable or as profitable as other bid strategies. All right, let's dive into Target ROAS, which is target return on ad spend. What Google's trying to do here is they are trying to optimize your campaigns for conversions, which in theory sounds fantastic. The issue with Target ROAS is a lot of people get greedy. They set the Target ROAS to 400 or 500%, and that's just unrealistic. And at that point, Google cannot optimize the campaign to reach those benchmarks. So you get very little clicks and very little impressions. So a trick that we do for DermWarehouse that I often recommend to our clients, when you're just starting with Target ROAS, set a lower Target ROAS. We like to start at 150%. This does not mean that your campaign is going to come in at 150%. You can exceed this, which I'll get into in a second. But when you start at 150, that allows for impressions and clicks to come through. It allows for you to accumulate conversion data. And once that happens, you can gradually increase to a 200%, 250% until you hit your sweet spot. But the issue with Target ROAS is people just get too greedy, start lower, and work your way up until you hit that sweet spot. All right, for DermWarehouse, you can see that we set the Target ROAS for 150%. We actually got a 2.9 return on ad spend last month. So we got a 290% ROAS. So just because the ROAS is set lower, you can still greatly exceed that. The other thing that you'll do with a lower target ROAS is you'll hit budget more frequently, which is great for driving traffic. So we generated we spent $8,200 and we generated 23,000. And obviously the 2.9 is when you take 23,000 divided by 8,200. But the point of this is to show that you can start with a lower target ROAS, still exceed that. Don't get too greedy, because otherwise you just might not get hardly any clicks or impressions. So let's just do a little refresher of the pros and cons of target ROAS. The pros: your campaigns can become profitable. You can see higher quality search terms coming through. The process is automated and you don't have to manually bid. Some of the cons when it comes to target ROAS. So what we don't like: if you have limited conversion data, it can be difficult to hit your budget and leverage all the benefits of target ROAS. You may have to revert from target ROAS to maximize clicks or manual cost per click until you have enough conversions. Your ideal target ROAS likely isn't in line with what Google's thinking, so you'll have to lower your expectations there. And you may see a very high cost per click associated with some products within your campaign. So this is something that drives our clients crazy, is that with target ROAS, they might see a $14 or $16 cost per click and they can freak out. But you have to trust Google's machine learning and get behind it. When they are bidding that high, there's a reason. The person that clicked on that advertisement is probably very high intent. So don't get too deep in the weeds when you see a little bit higher cost per click on target ROAS for some product clicks. With manual cost per click, you control your own destiny. You're able to manually bid on each of your products. So manual cost per click is great for small e-com shops when you have 4 or 5 products and you can manually be adjusting the bid of each of those products. The issue when it comes to manual cost per click is when you have a larger store like DermWarehouse where there's thousands of products. It's extremely difficult to manage and it's extremely time intensive to manage. So just imagine you're manually bidding each day on thousands of products. It's hard to keep track. It's hard to remember what you did. Even if you are spending the time bidding manually on all of your products, there's no guarantee that you're going to outperform Google's machine learning with target ROAS. I'm also going to walk you through an example here of when manual cost per click can be very beneficial for a subset of products. So the Park Perfection Instant Eye Lift is a very popular product that we sell on DermWarehouse's website. The issue is when it was bundled into a campaign with thousands of other products within target ROAS, it wasn't seeing the light of day, and we wanted to get exposure for this brand, for this product. So we started using manual cost per click, and now you can see when you search for Instant Eye Lift, the Park Perfection Instant Eye Lift is populating within Google Shopping. So what we did is we segmented it out into a manual cost per click campaign, and we just continued to manually increase the bid until we hit that sweet spot of when it started to populate. So we started at $1.50, and then a week later, $2, $2.25, $3. And then we finally hit that sweet spot a little bit above $3 where it started to populate in Google Shopping. So if you're not getting exposure for a brand or a subset of products, manual cost per click can be extremely beneficial. Now let's do a refresher again of the pros and cons to manual cost per click. The pros: you have more control on the bids. You can continuously increase bids until your products populate. This method will give you a good idea of what it takes bid-wise to appear in the top positioning on Google for certain queries. And it's great for testing on a subset of products. Now the cons when it comes to manual bidding on Google Shopping: it's very time consuming, it can be difficult to manage, and there's no guarantee this time consuming process will outperform more automated styles of bidding. When it comes to a Google Shopping campaign, you have numerous bid strategies to choose from. There's manual cost per click, there's target ROAS, and there's maximize clicks. Each of those bid strategies has a place within Google Shopping, and you just have to find the sweet spot for your campaign. And remember, you don't have to be all in on just one bid strategy. A lot of people like to just say, my whole shopping campaign is going to be target ROAS. Remember the examples I gave of Park Perfection in segmenting that out so we could manually increase bids. If you have a new shopping campaign, running maximize clicks to get initial data for your shopping campaign. So it's not all in one. There's different options to choose from. Hopefully this video, along with the visual examples, gave you a better understanding. My name is Jason Parks of The Media Captain. If you ever have any questions, you can contact me at themediacaptain.com.